Hello, and welcome back to our Japanese 1890 campaign, Rise of the Dragon. In the last episode, we had some reorganization stuff that we did. We started a couple of new designs. We're waiting on the Soryu to finish its design studies. We can start building a couple of those. The Izumis are in the process of being finished. We'll be assigning those to divisions as they finish up there. And that was basically about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump on in here and see what we can get going. Save the game as usual. And off we go. There we go. A whole bunch of these things are ready. We can keep up an appearance of being reasonable, but don't agree to anything. Or we can gain some prestige. We'll go for the prestige. So here's our new jet fighter. Heavy jet fighter. So the cruise speed goes up a little bit. In 10 years, we get about 15 knots or so, 16, and we get some range on some of these. We do get firepower. All the mainframe stats are pretty much going up there, and we gain a heavier bomb load, including 2 medium air-to-surface missiles instead of just 1. So let's take a look. So these two are the same speed. The one there has a lot better range. The firepower goes up. The maneuverability goes up. The toughness stays the same. We get 4 2,000-pound bombs as opposed to 2 2,500-pound bombs. Or we can go with this one here, but then we start losing range. We also, speed is the same as this one here. So we're probably going to go with this one, the Nakajima. It does have the best airframe stats overall. Well, maybe not quite the best, but kind of what we want here. And yeah, this is what we want for the speed and the payload. This is what we'll have. And I think we went for reliability on this, so hopefully it'll be pretty reliable. So we do want to keep building up the Central Pacific. Save the game. Monthly balance is going up. So let's go ahead and build another round of our new Oshios. Yeah, build another round of those. And wait a couple more months for the Soryu to finish. All right, this goes into new divisions. And once those come out of rebuild, they'll probably end up in Northeast Asia. So we'll have to start shuffling them around a bit. In fact, let's send the second carrier division to, actually, hang on, second carrier division. Let's do this right. And the second cruiser division. And the second destroyer division. There we go. We're going to move all of these over to the Indian Ocean. Boom. And we did increase our base capacity there to 120. It seems a little bit small still, doesn't it? 40, 70. We'll do Madagascar. Oops. Yeah, we're not doing missile batteries. We'll build a base. It's going to take 2 years. And it wouldn't be in time for a war with Germany right now. Is Germany friends with anyone? They're still friends with Italy. That's okay. I don't want to jump right into another war with them if we don't have to. But, neither are we afraid of them. So this is the new French carrier uh, that's being built. 1976 design, 80 aircraft, 29 knots. It's solid, pretty solid. Okay, save the game. Still feel like we're building the best carriers in the world right now. Maybe the US is doing better than us. I don't know. We could take a look. But so this is the Russian CV Kharkov, 130 aircraft, 65,000 tons. It's a big, big old aircraft. So that one is bigger than ours and potentially better. 31 knots. Well, it's comparable to ours. I wouldn't say it's better. So we're gonna go ahead and build two of these Soryus. Boom. All right, let's save the game. Okay. So these aircraft carriers have finished their rebuild. We're gonna keep the Kagas at home. So that's 6 carrier divisions. So these new Azumis will be that we have being built will come out and go into that division. And then we have 6th destroyer division in Southeast Asia. So let's send them home to Northeast Asia because they are part of that task force. And we'll replace the Southeast Asia force with the Shukakos. Yeah, I think so. So that's third. There we go. And third. So these all are going to Southeast Asia for now. Germany has nothing in Southeast Asia, and they have nothing in South Pacific either. But that puts that Shikoku group closer to the Indian Ocean. So if something does go down, we can start shifting forces into the Mediterranean. We have 180 uh, base capacity there. Germany has nothing in the Mediterranean. So we might end up doing some fighting around South Africa, Southern Africa, and try and take Southwest Africa off of them or something. I don't know. Not really a fan of fighting them. I'd rather fight the UK of all people, but it's fine. Let's take a look real quick and see what kind of aircraft carriers the US is building. So they have a 57,000 tons. This is the Kearsarge class. It's 108 aircraft. And then they've got the Nave class, which is smaller. So they are going for numbers, I guess. I don't know, even though 67,000 tons, that's big. That's really big. Even the ones we just built are only uh, 59, like almost 60,000. So they got another like 7,000 tons on us. Probably of armor. And probably not long. Well, yeah, definitely not long range, so it's going somewhere. All right. A lot of destroyers. We might hang on to the Fubukis for a while. Even when we get the new destroyers into service, we might hang on to the Fubukis. We might just get rid of the Onamis. I don't know. They still play a part, but I do like having these long range subs. This is a light carrier, the Long Island. 27 aircraft, 27 knots. Feels a little bit like a waste. I mean, what is something like that going to do against a modern carrier. All right. We're not going to increase that base there any further. We're going to let the one in Madagascar finish, and then that'll be all we need for the Indian Ocean. And then the South Pacific, we have 180. That's more than enough. I'd say 100 and like 160, 150 or so is probably enough for either of these. Then we have 180 there. We have 463 there. Okay. We still have some carriers that are being rebuilt. They'll be done 3 months from now. So looking at about 5 or 6 months until they're worked up again. This is the Soul again, the 80 aircraft. This is an improved light jet fighter. It looks like better speed, better range. Here is the new Spanish heavy jet fighter. So let's save the game. Aircraft types. Didn't really show. We'll look at show history. That doesn't do anything. Some history of our various wars. We may end up building 2 new Izumi class just to have them in reserve as our fleet like air defense cruisers. China. Do we care if China takes the Solomon Islands? We haven't taken them off of them. We could just bully China, I guess. I don't know. How fun would a war against China be? Probably not very. So let's build a couple more Izumis. These will go into like a 7th division, and that way, actually, we'll need those for the Soryus that are finishing. So that does make sense. 6th. And actually, let's build 2 more. That'll give us an 8th division. And they'll be like the reserve, I guess. So that if we lose one, we can replace it with one of those. And if nothing else, that gives us room to build one more battle group or something without necessarily being forced to replace. Though the Kagas are kind of old, but they have a good shot at finishing the game out. 66 aircraft is still pretty good. I think they could beat those light carriers that the US is making. Okay. So those are working up. We're still not very friendly with Germany right now. Okay, anything here that's weird that needs worked on? Haggies are getting a little bit older, but they're still okay for at least a few years. We got some extra money here. The they're okay for now. The Osamas are fine. The Yamato just had a rebuild. The Yoshinos are getting old. They're going to need a rebuild here soon. Hmm. So do we design new dedicated missile cruisers to replace the Yoshinos? Because they are 1955 designs. The Naniwas are our current missile, quote unquote, missile cruisers. And their job is right now, they're doing the North Pacific, South Pacific, India Ocean thing. So let's see what it would take to get new light cruisers. Oops. Let's see what we could do. So the Izumis are 7,700 tons. The Naniwas are 9,000. This design here is 5,300. So we go to, let's say, 7,000 tons. We go to normal reliability. We want long range. We have spacious. We'll get rid of the armor because these are missile cruisers. Could slap a Sea Whiz on there, go down to 6 of them. We're already out of topside capacity. Well then, okay, we can get rid of the forward centerline turrets. We can add on we'll add on medium SSM to the forward centerline. It's still not great, is it? So what if we get rid of the forward superimposed and delete that, add a new double gun to centerline. These are only 3-inch guns on cruisers. No, let's go with at least 5-inch. And then we can add medium SSM to forward superimpose. That gives us forward firing missiles. Actually, let's delete that. Let's delete that. Let's put them on the sides. So port wing, starboard wing. Yeah, that's still not great, is it? All right, we'll get rid of that, get rid of that. We'll put them back forward superimposed and aft superimposed. Then we got the SAMs on there, and we're like way over our topside capacity. We have a lot of weight remaining. So what can we do exactly? We could get rid of a couple light AA. That gets us close. But once we start adding reloads, I think that changes things. Yeah, it changes things a lot. Man, it's really hard. So that's aft. We'll do light SAMs aft. We'll do 2 tubes. Yeah, it's like really hard to fit SSMs on these things. There we go, down to 3 Sea Whiz. Probably go down to 2 because we want to lower the tonnage on this because we're at our like we have so much weight remaining. Let's look at this real quick. X or Y for a helipad. We'll get rid of that and we'll put that new SSM somewhere. We'll just do midships. We'll give it reloads. And we have too much displacement. So we can give it some torpedo defense. Go up to 2. It's not max, not anywhere near max. And we can edit the reloads. We'll go up to 30. Okay, our top side's still good. I think that we can go up to 35 with light SAMs. Okay, so 26. Okay. Actually, it looks kind of nice. 350 rounds of ammo. 360 rounds. Okay. So this gives us a NACA class, which is 7,000 tons. It has 2 double 5-inch dual purpose autoloader guns. It's got 3 CIWS. It's got an AA director on it, some medium AA. It has a light SAM and 2 medium SSM launchers with 4 tubes, 4 reloads. Maximum radar. It's got a helipad with a seaplane hangar and a helicopter. I like it. It's a missile boat. It's not very expensive compared to some of the other stuff we've been building, so we can build out quite a few of these to replace all the Yoshinos. This is long range. We could even make it diesel if we wanted to, I don't know, do something else. Probably not worth it. What could we actually do? We're at the top side load limit, so if we start going down, there we go. We went down to 68. Does that save us any money though? So oil turbine, 1546. 1537. That brings the displacement down a little bit, and we keep the top side. So we do save a fraction of money, and we get these more reliable diesel engines. Okay, yeah, that works. We'll take these NACAs. Maybe. Sendai. I liked that Sendai. There we go. That works. So this will do. These aren't very big cruisers, but they don't need to be. Let's see there we go. We go forward, we launch missiles, we turn slightly, we launch more missiles, and then we have the um, SAMs, which will protect anything around them. Well, it'll help protect anything around them. Alrighty, let's, whoa, hang on. Taiho, air capacity, what's going on here? Oh, we lowered, okay. So we did lower the air capacity on the Taiho and the Unru in order to fit something on there. I forget what it was, but we'll get rid of a lot of heavy jet fighters on there. So we're over by 3, so we'll change number down by 3, and we'll change by 3. Alrighty, save the game. And we have 2 new Soryu class being built. We have these Zumis being built. We got a SCAD of Oshios being built. And we still need to start working on these Sendais. Once our carriers are worked up, we can spread them around a little bit. Kind of tempted to send a force into the Mediterranean. In fact, I think we will do that. So we're going to send the Taihos. Actually, we're going to send the Shinanos into they're not worked up yet. Let's do it. Let's do it anyway. They'll work up once they get there. See, these are in the South Pacific. So let's move ships to the Med. In fact, we'll send some Yoshinas up there as well. Just so they're not alone. And we have plenty of destroyers. So we know that destroyer group 1 through essentially 7, because we do have the Soryus that are being finished. They are already assigned. We do want some of these longer range ones. We'll send the Fubukis are due for either a refit or replacement, so we'll hold off on that for now. Oh gosh, I do want to send some more destroyers up there, but it'll have to wait. I got destroyers being finished in just a couple months here. My prestige is improved at the expense of the crew training. I'm not sure I approve of that. Yeah, we'll mention how important the industry is. Alrighty. So we'll do 6 Sendais. Actually, we can do more than that. But we'll do 6, and we'll build another round of Oshios, and we'll build another round of missile subs, or long-range subs. 5 more of those. And we'll build another round of missile subs as well. Because we do have a lot of Oshios being finished here soon. And funny enough, the Oshios are just a little bit less expensive, really, when you look at it, than the Sendais are. And I accidentally left open design. I accidentally left mines on the Sendais, but that's okay. We actually don't have many. We don't have many mine laying ships anymore, so that's okay. It's fine. I forgot to take it off, but it's not actually like that much of a detriment. Gives us a little bit of mine warfare where we wouldn't normally have it. So this is the improved light jet fighter. Gains some firepower, gains some toughness. Nothing else really changed. All right, speaking of jet fighters, let's look at our air groups for uh, roads. So let's add on some, we'll do 10 jet attack and 10 heavy jet fighters, I think. So we'll add an air unit, we'll do 10 jet attack. And we'll add 10 heavy jet fighters, light capable. There we go. That pretty much maxes out our Mediterranean airfields. I mean, we could technically, if we really wanted to, we could build one, like we could build one more at Lindos and one more at, well, there's only one field there, so that would give 3 airfields. But that's, we don't know that we'll actually be fighting right here, so it's fine. And oh my gosh, we're 10,000 monthly balance to spend. What could we even do with all of that? I guess we could try to refurbish the Fubukis. We do have all these Oshios. I think I would rather just have Oshios than refurbish the Fubukis. And I didn't make the Oshios long range either. Oh yeah, I think I said it's probably not necessary because we have bases everywhere now. Okay, that makes sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of these Fubukis at last. They are older designs, and we're just gonna keep on replacing them with Oshios. So 12 more. We'll do 16 more. And then we need to assign these Oshios. Oh, hang on. They'll be done in a month. Or I'm gonna hold off on assigning them because they might be a little bit mixed up. That's like that first crop that we did of 18 or 20. So I'm gonna hang tight because I don't want to start like nice and neat, start assigning these like this is group one, this is group two, and then have like one of the new ones pop in right in between there, make it messy. We're working on it. We're gonna let Germany do their thing. So this is the new heavy jet fighters in service. Russia's mad at us again for whatever reason. They're feeling a little bit froggy. They're friends with France. So either direction we go, we'll probably be at war with two people or two nations. So let's go ahead and assign these to divisions. So get that done real quick. It's funny they're putting their ships into like bringing them out of reserve status stuff, whereas we just never put ours into reserve. I like, I like keeping my crew qualities as much as I can. So in the turn. All right, Russia could be a problem. All right. And assign. There we go. Now let's figure out where everything is. So the first carrier division, or we don't, or first division is in Northeast Asia. That's the Yamato. So we're going to send it. So if we're fighting potentially Russia again, we want it to stay in Northeast Asia. We want to keep both of these carrier groups in Northeast Asia. So that's 4 and 6. So then we go, second carrier division is in Indian Ocean. So we go look for our second division. Okay, that's in, there we go. Third carrier division is in Southeast Asia. So we're going to send these to Southeast Asia. Do the same thing here with our light cruisers. They're in Southeast Asia. Then we have the fourth division that's staying in Northeast Asia. Fifth division is in the Mediterranean. Fifth division, Mediterranean. And then sixth division is Northeast Asia with fourth division. So that's good. So that means we got the 10th division to spare. We're going to go ahead and send that to the Mediterranean. Actually, I want to send that to, hmm, we have a lot of destroyers in Northeast Asia. So like if we end up doing a sneak attack against Russia again, we're good to go. So we're going to send these to the Med because we are a little bit short on destroyers in the Mediterranean. Very cool. And then we have a lot of stuff in Southeast Asia. Do we? No, we're actually kind of short on stuff for Southeast Asia. So we're sending the Anamis to Southeast Asia in case we, have to fight France in a sneak attack down there. They only have one port left. And that's fine. Now we still have some monthly balance we need to spend. So we'll build some more submarines. Actually, I just had an evil idea. We could build missile launchers at Huawei. Like if we're really fighting against Russia again, Nah, we're not gonna. That's it seems like just a little bit of a waste. All right. That's not even Russia anyway. Like, that's China. So all the fighting would probably be up here around Vladivostok. All right, we need to spend a little bit of money. So how can we do that? Let's look at our aircraft types real quick. So we have brand new light jet, heavy jet, naval patrol is pretty new. Jet attack's getting kind of old. The reliability on the new jet fighter, light jet, is poor, but we only have them stationed in the Mediterranean anyway. So we'll do new jet attack. We're gonna go for um, bomb load and reliability. Okay, save the game. We still need to spend a little bit of money because we are getting high on the budget. Um, we'll build some more subs. 5 more long range subs. That at least keeps us kind of neutral. And these Argentina Marus are good for the rest of the scenario. The Tsushima Marus are getting close to the point where they're going to start becoming obsolete. There's nothing we can really do about that. The Fubukis are gone. Okay. So what we can do is, just for the fun of it, we're going to design like 2,500 tons. We can build like maybe 10 of these or something, just as missile craft. Because we do have a lot of interest spread out here. Normal freeboard. We want colonial. It's spacious. It's a minesweeper and a mine layer. It's got anti-sub capacity. It's got the best radar. It'll have some 5-inch guns. We're going to give it forward. Actually, we're going to get rid of this. Delete turret. We're going to mount medium SSMs, forward and forward center line. We'll edit the reloads. That's allowed. We'll give it, can we even do this? The helicopter. There we go. And then we might need to take the mines down a little bit in order to, we'll go diesel engines. Let's get the speed up to 24 knots. We can't quite make it. If we get rid of fire control. Is that needed for missiles? I don't know. Get rid of the medium AA guns. Get rid of the AA directors. And it's essentially just it's just a missile boat. Like, that's all it is, this Corvette. It'll also carry mines. It'll do like anti-submarine stuff. You can't add torpedo launchers on here, can you? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It is, like, it's pretty funny. It doesn't carry guns because, we'll never need guns. It's expensive. It's 649. It would be slightly overweight. Get rid of the radar director. It doesn't do anything anyway. It would be slightly overweight. So we're going to take the speed back down to 24. All right, there we go. Let's pick a name for it. I do like the Maroos. I'm going to call this the Nico Maru. Save and finish. We could build like a nice little group of those and just, hope that we intercept some raiders. France and USA. Oh, that's not good. Russia's mad with everybody right now. Okay. We'll build 5 of these. We'll build 6 of these. We'll build 7 of these. 7's a nice lucky number. So it has no guns. It's got a bunch of medium missile launchers, a helicopter. It's got mines. So it's doing mine sweeping. It's doing mine laying. It's hunting submarines. It's escorting. It can it can chop. It can dice. It can slice. All right. So the Yamato is staying in Northeast Asia for now. So that's uh, number 1. Number 2 is deployed in the Indian Ocean. That's the Shikaku and the Zoikaku. Yep. All right, I think I have everything assigned and sent out properly. Everything's together. And since the Shikaku, or we have 4. I was going to say I thought the Shikaku was home in Northeast Asia, but it's not. It's the Shokakus. I mean, one of them's they're in Southeast Asia as well. But this does give us 4 aircraft carriers in Northeast Asia for fighting the Russians if it comes to that. The Yoshinos doing their own thing. That's fine. And the Osamas are in Northeast Asia. That's good. And we'll save the game. And go to the next turn. This is the same one, 80 aircraft. We've seen it 3 times now. Encourage US to take a hard line. Okay. Well, we're about the 40-minute mark here. If I go any further, I do risk getting into a war with Russia here, and I don't want this to be an hour-and-a-half long episode. So I will go ahead and call it this time, and hopefully we have time here for like one more big war. Maybe 2. Who knows? We do have some interesting stuff in the oven here being created. The Azumis are going to pop out. We'll assign them to 7 and 8 cruiser groups. When the Soyuz are finished, they go into 7, or maybe we shuffle one of the smaller carriers into like 7, and Soyuz will become like number 3 or something. I like the idea of our big aircraft carriers being like 1, 2, 3, like the lower numbers. The Oshios, they're going to start, more of them are going to start popping out here. Let's see here. I've got all the ones assigned that are already existing. And then we have our little Nico Marus. They're just neat. I just think they're neat. They're just the littlest fellas. We got Sendais, which are going to be more missile cruisers, which are going to take the place of the Yoshinos, which are just, they're just getting old. I don't want to go through another series of refits on the Yoshinos. I mean, they're okay. They're 6-inch guns with 4 heavy missiles, but these Sendais are smaller guns, but they also carry SAMs and more missiles, even though the missiles are a little bit lighter. Anyhow, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I really do. I'll see you next time. and sail safely up there.